Those of us who've been around this corner of YouTube for a while have had numerous discussions about religion, with lots of different people in lots of different contexts. Some of the time we're arguing with random trolls who we really don't care about being polite to, or sometimes more thoughtful commenters that we will not purposely insult, but we can still be very frank with. For those types of comments about religion, it's easy to find the right words, because unless you start to stray into racism and prejudice, there really aren't many wrong words. How do you handle it, though, when you do actually want to be polite about it in person, with people who may not be used to explaining their beliefs? Even if you're being perfectly polite about the subject, there are still lots of specifics about religion that are nearly impossible to talk about with someone you know quite well, much less the stranger sitting next to you on a plane. Take Scientology, for instance. That religion is more like a bizarre social club for the super rich than anything else, or maybe something akin to really expensive and hardcore science fiction LARPing. I'll humor them and call it a religion, though, and that religion has some really embarrassing stories. Tom Cruise even got upset when Matt Lauer asked him about some specifics in an interview related to his views on psychiatry. I guess there really is no delicate way to ask if there really is a Xenu, and what shape his spaceship really is. Questions about e-meters can probably be rather pesky too, because let's face it, it's embarrassing. Other more established religions believe lots of wacky things too, but they didn't make the mistake of inventing a machine that they claim can detect the supernatural. You can thank the fertile imagination of L. Ron Hubbard for that one, Tom. Christianity is a much older religion, of course, so Christ never came up with an e-meter to test the faith of his followers. I'll even give a nod to the many Christians who are not Bible literalists and don't actually think there was an ark with two of everything, and know that snakes don't talk and that God didn't send a bear to eat naughty little kids. The part of Christianity that even those types of Christians don't like to talk about much is the good old lake of fire. Yes, the subjects of Satan, hell, how you get there, and how to find a shopping mall with a Hot Topic store once you get there are things that they would rather not talk about. When I ask questions about hell of Christians, I tend to get a partial answer and then a polite suggestion that I should focus on the good things instead, which I always find puzzling. How are we supposed to take Pascal's wager seriously without knowing the consequences? Mormons have their own peculiar brand of Christianity too, and there are plenty of things that are embarrassing for them to talk about. We can start with the magic gold tablets, of course, or Joseph Smith the con man. The magic underwear thing is something that might not be a good idea to bring up to someone you don't know very well, especially if any mention of it sends you into fits of the giggles. To be fair, I've been told that the underwear is not actually thought to be magic, but it is thought to be, and in fact actually is, incredibly ugly. If I ever come up with a religion, I already know what the official underwear will be like. Hot pink bikini briefs for the ladies, and underwear with giant cod pieces for the guys. Well, we have to out-reproduce the Mormons somehow. It could be a fine line when talking to people about their religions and trying to determine how detailed you want to get about discussing the tenets of their faith. I encourage asking for specifics if you feel like you can, because you may actually get them to think more about it than they're used to. As most of you ex-theists would probably tell me, a religion under serious scrutiny is in much more danger of being kicked out of a brain than one just placidly sitting in the background. Almost any religion has some aspects of it that, without there being enough people to agree with them, would seem ludicrous to many. It's natural for them to be embarrassed by some of them, so you don't even need to get confrontational about it to start the wheels turning. You just might cause someone's religion to be crushed under the weight of its own myths.